Alright, so you read the title. Billie Eilish is genuinely delusional. So, in this recent interview she did with Variety, she makes some of the most ridiculous claims I've ever read. Now, people are always talking about how celebrities are out of touch with people, celebrities are out of touch with average humans, and it'd be sick if that wasn't true, but more and more I see things like this that heavily affirm my bias against celebrities. Now, I'm not gonna read the entire article because frankly it's just blabbering, it's just like yapping for 2 pages. But we are going to talk about one of the most outrageous things she says in this interview, which was quoted by Popbase and tweeted out. Billie Eilish says men don't face criticism about their bodies because girls are nice. Nobody ever says a thing about men's bodies. If you're muscular, cool. If you're not, cool. If you're rail thin, cool. If you have a dad bod, cool. If you're pudgy, love it. Everybody's happy with it. You know why? Because girls are nice. They don't give a fuck because we see people for who they are. The existence of this meme single-handedly debunks everything she just wrote. Lizzo, just butt naked, empowering. This guy, put a shirt on. N-word. Also, Billie Eilish wants to seriously claim that men never have their bodies commented on. That's like S-tier gaslighting when this clip literally exists of her doing that very thing.
Big fan of
I don't know
Vans.
what it is. I've tried. I see somebody with Vans, I'm like, oh, they got a small dick.
Okay, I know she didn't tweet this, and this tweet is just a quote, but I think it still belongs in the Hall of Fame for most delusional tweets of all time. And almost all of the quote tweets are people sharing their experiences where they've literally seen guys be insulted by women for how they look, or guys giving their personal stories as to a time that, you know, a woman has commented on their body or something. So I'm gonna do the same right here. I've witnessed with my own 2 eyes a chubby guy approaching a group of 3 girls to get one of the girls' numbers, getting rejected by claiming she has a boyfriend, and then hysterically giggling as this guy is walking away. I'm not sitting here claiming that it's the worst thing in the world or that it even happens to men more than it does to women. I do think there is a lot of focus on the way that women present themselves and how they look, obviously, but Billie Eilish is sitting here saying that men don't ever have to worry about that. Nobody ever comments on the way men look or how they present. She says girls are nice. Yeah, I mean, when they want to be, yeah, sure. I mean, everybody's nice sometimes. Everybody's mean sometimes. Men have a way of being mean and girls have a way of being mean. I heard this quote and I don't know who it's from, but it's so true. It's women lie about compliments, men lie about insults. You will be sitting there with your boy, looking him in the eyes, telling him that you want him to die because he knocked over your water bottle or something totally insignificant. But guys actually know the way it works is the ruder the insults you give to your friend, the tighter your relationship is. You see, a way to just check the homie status between you and one of your boys is put together the worst string of words humanly possible and then just yell that at your friend. And if he smiles afterward and responds with something equally as bad, that, my friend, will be your best friend for the rest of your life. That guy will be the best man at your wedding. Whereas women tend to gossip more. You know, they'll say mean things about guys and girls behind their backs, but they'll be nice to their face.
Oh my god, I love your skirt. Where did you get it?
It was my mom's in the 80s.
Vintage. So adorable.
Thanks.
That is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen.
Now, this Twitter detective claims that it was because she was homeschooled for her whole life, so I went ahead and fact-checked this with AI, and the homie Robert GPT hooked me up with this thorough response, completely confirming that tweet, and it makes so much sense now. I don't want to say that her opinion is totally invalid because she was homeschooled, but I am going to say her opinion is totally invalid because she was homeschooled. If you've never been to public school, or not even public school, just school in general, then yeah, obviously you're not going to have seen like the failed Riz attempts that, you know, result in a guy getting roasted. And it's not just like the fat jokes or the, you know, oh haha, he's fat and he tried to Riz me up. That's like in your dreams, lol. It's also like, dude, I'm 6'6", I'm skinny. I'm not trying to say that that's a bad thing. I think being tall as a guy is obviously very beneficial in a lot of ways, but I got a lot of comments from, you know, all sorts of people of all different genders saying, oh, you're a tree, you're slender, man, you look like a skinwalker, all these sorts of things. So this narrative that it only swings one way, it's it's only toward women if they're not hot or something. It's like, bro, I just know that's not true. I know that's not true. Like, let's forget weight for a second. Bro, being short as a guy, like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna hear it about being maybe a tree or Slender Man. Bro, they're gonna have to hear it about, like, being the creature that Mario steps on, being a dwarf, like, being a tree stump. Bro, that's way worse than being called a tree. Being a tree stump. There was a kid in my high school nicknamed Shot Glass because he was like 5'4". Poor fucker, that guy. This tweet from Optimus here says 40% of all diagnosed body dysmorphia takes place in men. Why is there some societal idea in mind that we don't obsess over our image and body either? Are you sure? Sure doesn't seem like there's too many plus-size male models in commercials and advertisements these days. You know, this is hilarious because Billie Eilish wants to claim, honestly, that men never get insulted for their bodies and it's only women who have to deal with that. Just for a little bit of a fact check, I went on the Nike store, or their website I should say, and I found within 2 scrolls a plus-size model on the women's section, and I scrolled to the entire bottom of the first page on the men's section and could not find a single fat person. Now, some people might say that that's because women are more pro-body diversity and whatever, so they're gonna want to see plus sizes in advertising, whereas men, maybe on average, are more fat-phobic, so they don't want to see that. But I think men may be fat-phobic not just because of their own personal biases, but because of the conditioning they've endured from women. I remember when the first Black Panther movie came out, all the girls in my grade were talking about that guy, Michael B. Jordan. They were all simping over him, definitely objectifying him, which, you know, I don't have a problem with. But when you see people respond well to guys who look like that, and then you go on the Nike website and you're buying clothes, well, you probably want to see the clothes being worn by guys that also look like that. And I'm not saying these girls were wrong in having an opinion on this guy's body, but Billie Eilish says, oh, girls just don't care. That's just ridiculous. That's unbelievable. Like, yes, they do care. Nobody ever says anything about men's bodies. Stop the cap. Nobody ever says a thing about men's bodies. Oh my god, remember this photo? Elon Musk with his shirt off? I remember when this photo came out, people were not being nice. They were calling this guy a slug, calling him like a freak of nature. It was not nice. She really does live inside, lol. Has she never interacted with humans or been on social media? I mean, she's got like 100 million Instagram followers, so you'd think that she'd definitely see something by now that would not make her say something like this in an interview, but I guess, you know, maybe not. Some other guy posted this graph that shows how men rate women on a dating site, and they show that a lot of men are rating women pretty high, and then how women rate men, it shows women are rating men mostly pretty low. And I'm not bringing this up to prove a point that, like, oh, women need to lower their standards or anything like that. I'm just saying that to deny the fact that women talk about men's bodies or have opinions on men's bodies, whether positive or negative, which it is oftentimes negative, it's absolutely a real thing. It happens all the time, and for Billie Eilish to sit there and say, oh yeah, it just doesn't happen, when also, like I mentioned earlier, she's literally body shamed herself. It's hysterical, it's laughable, and more than anything, I think it's completely delusional. But it all makes a lot of sense given that she's homeschooled, because I feel like when you don't have that experience of being in a school environment where you have the two genders interact, I don't know if you're allowed to comment on it with a level of, you know, knowledge and experience that I can take seriously. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. I do read the comments, and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, and leave a like on this video. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.